I look too weird just like this.
Right, here we go. Hey, how you guys doing? Out here, James Humphrey with another episode of Real Talk with Real Men. I got my co-host with me, Kyle Stanley. And today's topic is words for the youth.
Okay.
Talking to the youngins.
Absolutely.
Let me start this episode out with asking you this question.
Okay.
What advice would you give your younger self with the knowledge that you have now?
At what age? What level of life?
I guess that's a good question. I guess let's start with that teenage getting out of high school, getting into life itself. Because I think last episode I asked you what job you would have.
Right.
But for the knowledge that you have now,
Okay.
What advice would you give your younger self?
I would, one, save more money, and work on your own business. That's what I would tell myself right out of high school. I went to college a year after high school, but after seeing shit now, I would more so work on my own business right away. Kind of build that, get those small footprints in the dirt, and would be sitting in a different situation right now. I would love that if I had that opportunity.
I would probably give myself the same advice. I would go right out of high school. I would go right into, running my own business. And knowing what I know now, you don't need a lot of money to start up a business. I mean, obviously you need money for this and this and this, whatever. But you really don't need a lot of money to start up a business. And even when I started up Associates Productions, I didn't have a lot of money.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so, most definitely start your own business or start your own thing, whatever. Don't, get the job at McDonald's just to get experience for having a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or don't go for the high-paying warehouse job because it pays your bills now, because then you're just going to be stuck there for the next 20, 30 years doing the same shit. You know what I mean? Most definitely branch out and set yourself up for your 40s. Because then you're going to get to your 40s or early 30s now trying to set yourself up for your 40s when you should have been doing that in your early 20s. You know what I mean?
Truly.
Most definitely that. I'd say the only other advice that I would say is don't listen to people that don't have the things of the advice that they're giving you.
Okay. Don't take advice from someone that's not in the position you desire to be in.
Yeah, yes and no, because I have this saying when I started this business is that rich people don't teach other rich people how to be rich. They're already rich. However, poor people can teach you how to be poor.
Yeah,
it's knowing the difference.
You into
it's knowing
absolutely.
The difference. And so I've had so many people give me advice. Oh, you should do this. You should do this and this and this, blah this and blah that. But I'm like, didn't you try that and it didn't work out for you? You know what I mean? So how are you going to give me advice?
I always got to have discernment in what you accept as an idea, even if it's creative or destructive. I mean, I want to hear about good possibilities and bad, and
you can most definitely learn from experience.
Make your best decision in between there. Yeah,
but it's like I had this one guy try to teach me about the stock market. It's like, oh, you should do this with your money with the stock, buy this, buy that. And I'm like, how much money have you made in the stock market?
What is your return? Exactly.
And if you only have these many stocks and you only have this much money, how are you going to try to give me advice with all the money I have? You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
always need that person that's been there, done it before, for kind of a validation, a word of mouth validation. So, absolutely, it feels more secure, more comfortable talking to someone that's been there rather than someone who hasn't played the game, prophesizing on what could be. I definitely steer the kids away from that. Please don't just accept everything you hear as fact.
Most definitely try as many things in high school as possible.
Yes, I
If
thoroughly agree.
If you know what you want to do out of high school, then obviously work on your craft and do that. But then, try as many things as you can do in high school and find out what you are naturally good at.
Yes.
And then learn how to make money off that.
True.
Because I actually didn't discover, writing and all this other stuff till in my mid 20s to late 20s.
Really?
Yeah.
Really, man, for as passionate as you are about it, I would think this would be always what you wanted.
I know, and the thing is, I wrote. So in middle school, I don't know if you remember this. In middle school, we had that little task where we have, I guess, some sort of publishing contract with this book company. So everybody in the classroom got to write a book, and so I wrote this story. It was a Spider-Man story, whatever, and it was like really good, you know. And it's just I never did anything after that. Like I wrote the book, had it published, you know, did the cover art drawing and all this other stuff. Didn't do anything after that. And then when I went to high school, I did like radio broadcasting. I did photojournalism 1 and 2. I did all this other stuff with cameras and all this other stuff. Yeah. And then when I got out of high school, I went straight into law enforcement. Yeah. So it's like I didn't do anything with all that shit that I learned in high school, man.
Tend to think of these things as more elective and frivolous, and you know what I'm saying? You do that because you enjoy it, but that's a hobby. What are you going to make money from type stuff? And then there's law enforcement. Yeah. I got into the concrete blue-collar jobs as well right out of high school just to try and pay for school and my own place, my own apartment. I moved out when I was 20. Headed into 21, so you create a little bit of debt for yourself right out the bat, and then you
ignore that
create that need to. Damn, now I gotta work. I gotta work hard to cover all my expenses, and you kind of lose focus of let me pour myself into what my passion or my craft is. You might have a few talents coming out of high school that you could hone into something nice, but when you're young and you got so many possibilities, it's hard to focus on a few things unless you go straight into college and start specializing in something. So for us that don't take that path, we just try things out with physical experience. Let me try this job. That job leads to another, and then it's word of mouth where you travel from that. But I would definitely caution to not go so deep into let me stay here for a number of years. You can pretty much sum up what your experience is going to be within the first 1 to 2 years. So if you're at a place where you don't see yourself being long term, unless it's some really pivotal benefits that you're there working for, you should be looking for other options, other interests, working on things on the side in your spare time as well, in your leisure time. That way you can make your transitions into following that career path or that specialty a little bit easier for yourself and not so abrupt.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely agree on that one. I try, like even in my early 20s, I tried to avoid the traveling days, the drifting days. Yeah. Because in my thought process, you know, or let's just say in your youth thought process is like, oh, I can drift around, do this kind of thing, and then I'll land somewhere in my 30s with a high paying job, and then do something else, blah 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 blah. And it's actually the other way around. You want to do all that stuff in your 20s, and then in your 30s, when you're making really really big money, then you can just drift around and travel off the money that you made and invested on.
If you've been wise in your 40s, and 50s, that's so hard to do as a kid. Oh man, telling a kid that, man, is. It's hard. It's hard to digest. I think about my own son. It's like, boy, I can tell him all the right things to do, but it won't get there.
I had this one plan. It was a dumbass idea that I was just gonna pack everything in my car and just drift around, just drive around and see wherever I land.
I was always too scared for that.
You know what I mean? I was like, literally, I was just tired of this shit, whatever. I was just gonna put shit in the car and I'm just gonna drift around, and wherever I land is wherever I land. If I land in Hollywood, I'm in Hollywood. If I land here,
at a hotel and get a daily job.
Yeah, I didn't make it past 470.
Hey, there you go.
I was calling the friends like, "Hey man, I'm leaving."
You took a leave though. You took a jump.
But then right when I hit Lee Summit, I was like, "Nah, I don't want to do this shit."
Man, you in Walmart at night in your car, quiet, man.
Yep.
That's some reality for your ass.
What the hell did I get myself into?
Yeah, man. You know. But circumstances, sometimes you don't have that option. Sometimes you gotta leave wherever you're at abruptly. So
here's another thing: delayed gratification.
For yourself or?
Oh, most definitely for myself.
Okay.
Because like the idea with delayed gratification is you're delaying the fun stuff while you're still working hard compared to doing that stuff now. than later. You know what I mean? Like instant gratification is like, oh, I really want to buy a PlayStation, so I save enough money for a PlayStation, buy a PlayStation, but then that's all the money that I have. You know what I mean?
Right.
I would most definitely save on a few game systems, on a few parties and clubs and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, I think it's a fine line in between enjoying your youth.
Nah, yes and no.
Because I wish I enjoyed myself, but I wish I would have been more disciplined in planning for the future in those ways of saving and creating routines for consistency and discipline like that. I wish I would have been more mindful of those things, but I did enjoy the experiences that I experienced through associations, going to different parties and places, events with friends, family, and things like that. I do enjoy that because now I look at it as, man, I worked so goddamn much. When I did have the opportunity to kick back, relax, and stuff like that, I'm thankful that I did. Because now it's like, shit, trying to find a moment is like, boy, I got to put some shit over here. I got to reschedule this, that, and the other, and I might be able to get to you next Tuesday.
Yeah, but it's like, if you think about that process, though, if you would have did what you're doing now compared to then, it wouldn't be the same. You know what I mean?
It wouldn't be the same, but I don't regret it.
Yeah, and that's good.
I don't regret it at all.
Most definitely do whatever you want to do without any regrets. Unless it's something stupid.
You don't know about the regret until you look back.
But then that's a good word for the youth though, because it's like, if you know something is bad, don't fucking do it.
Yes, don't get your hands dirty from the jump. If you got an uneasy feeling about it, something on your shoulders telling you, nah, I probably shouldn't be involved in this, please listen to that, because that is what's kept me out of a lot of trouble.
How many times have you told somebody, oh, I need to go through this experience to know the experience of not to do it? They're like, no, you know damn well that you wasn't supposed to be doing that shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yes. So, yeah, most definitely delayed gratification for me and just stupid mistakes. Like, if you knew you wasn't supposed to be doing something, you wasn't supposed to be fucking around with that girl, you wasn't supposed to be doing this, you wasn't supposed to be doing that.
Yeah.
Just don't fucking do it, because it's just gonna bite you in the ass later on.
Yeah, and I feel like I was pretty good at that as a young kid. Like, as far as integrity and things like that, having morals and standards, I feel like I was good on those things as a young kid. I didn't be a complete dog when I was a young player, and you know what I'm saying, indulge in everything of filth that I could have. There was times where you did do shit you weren't supposed to, but I wasn't in felony charges type shit like that. And I wasn't too often to where I'm flat broke now, where I've exhausted all my expenses and resources. I'm on my ass now, so
I wish I could say the same. I can't say the same. I wish I could say the same, but then at the same time I can't say the same, because obviously I'm here. I'm not in serious debt. You know, I got the company, got all this other shit. But there are like some dumb ass situations. I was like, what the? I'm like sitting in the car. I'm in the apartment complex.
So damn cautious.
You know what I mean? And it only comes from boredom. It's like, I'm so bored, I need something to do. So why not go out and get into some shit? You know what I mean?
Truly.
So it's like, and then once you get into shit, I'm thinking, I should have kept my ass at home. And I should have kept. Now I'm driving the car.
For me, what kept me cautious was I used to get a lot of tickets and shit like that, fines for traffic violations and shit like that. Kids doing vandalism and being at parties fucking shit up, all kinds of stuff. So me having to pay for my fines and work for my own money and cover my own bills, housing, rent, expenses, that really put the brakes on me to stop fucking up so much. Outside of everyone's advice, me having to come off that bread is what really made me put the brakes on. And then I had to come to the realization of like, dog, this is stopping you from going to that trip. This is stopping you. Well, this is making you work that overtime. This is making you have two jobs, because you got to get a motherfucking state 400, 600, 1,000. You on diversion for 6 months, a year. And all that stuff that you got to plan around and include into your life that is not a necessity. It's like, God damn, I don't want that much control over my life in any way, by any fashion of anyone outside of myself. So to take back that control, I had to be careful about where I went, how I spent my money, the people that I spent time around, because they bullshit becomes your bullshit by association. So please watch the people. That's one important thing. Please watch the people that you hang around. Just because you're friends and you grew up for X amount of years, or you've known them for so long, or maybe even be family.
Remember last
episode? They
episode?
are not trying to lead you towards some positivity, some peace, some upward building. Try and limit those relationships. Try and ease your way on up out of there. I know it's kind of hard to cut ties with some people because the relationship been love for so long. But when you're trying to elevate and progress, man, you really got to watch yourself and watch who you spend your time with.
Most definitely, 100%.
Yes.
Hang around a lot of bitch niggas. So
Yes.
most definitely cut the negativity.
Yes.
Because I think once I got in my early 30s, my late 20s, and I actually say, okay, enough of the negative bullshit.
Yeah.
Is when life really, propelled for me. So most definitely get rid of the negativity.
Yeah, man.
If they aren't
Keeps you distracted.
if they aren't increasing your flame, they gotta go.
Yeah,
You know what
man.
I mean?
It exhausts your energy when you're trying to fix other people's problems, and that's one thing I suffer from. I'm so willing to help people so often that I will help someone else before I tend to myself, and I will neglect my own needs before I go help someone else, because I get my own gratification and endorphin release from helping you, making sure you were all right. You know what I'm saying? Giving you some kind of satisfaction for whatever it was. However I can help you and be a help or a blessing or whatever it may be. But then I had to grow and look at myself as, okay, all this serving that you do for other people, you got to put that same energy into yourself, because there's areas of your life where you want to be more progressed. You want to be further than what you are, and you're always busy doing things for other people. That's not fair to yourself. So you have to be a little bit more selfish and say, I can't show up for you this day, this time, these different occasions, because I'm going to be doing something that's working on me. And it might not be entertaining, it might not be enjoyable, but I know that it's going to help me tomorrow. So coming and being real with yourself in those terms of, yeah, I got to do this so I can better my tomorrow, and I'm going to have to limit my indulgence right now. Very beneficial for the youth. I would definitely want them to embrace that.
I think it's something else they need to be doing. And all it is like one big reflection of all the dumb shit.
How do you feel about the screen time and internet influence on the younger generation?
There you go.
I feel like that's inescapable right now. But shit, I don't feel like it could be a disadvantage for you. You could use it for your advantage, but you gotta be wise about it.
And there are times where I want to get rid of my social media, but it's like I can't, because I have all of my business on my social media. That's 90% of my social media is what I use in my business. But then there's that 2% or 10% where I'm just looking at bullshit. And I'm thinking, if I think of it again, like even before I had the business, I'd probably say, don't ever get your ass on Facebook, man.
Right.
Don't ever get your ass on Facebook. Don't try it. Don't do the Instagram. Don't. And I'm not even
good to come out of it.
No, and I'm not even very that active on Instagram or Twitter or TikTok, and it's all for the business. But I don't even really post on Facebook.
Yeah.
And so I would say get away from that shit altogether.
Me, I only have Facebook. I never got into the Snapchat, Instagram, anything else, because I thought I was limiting the distraction. If I don't download the other fucking apps, then I'm not scrolling so much. But man, I just scroll Facebook as much as anything else. So it's just like,
and they all work together,
right?
You can post on Facebook and Instagram at the same time.
So it's just like, that's another thing that kept me from getting all the other stuff. And then with the creation and just the comfortability of everyone getting with dating sites and whatnot, it all kind of transitioned into that. And me, I was dating at the time and getting more serious towards marriage, so I was like, nah, I don't even need to indulge in that, because if this is for that purpose of dating and networking and finding singles and shit, just keep your hands clean on that, of course. So yeah, that has been good for me as well. You know what I'm saying? Avoid yourself some trauma. Yes.
I was just thinking about that. It's like, a perfect word for the youth. You can't find love in the club. Fuck what Usher says. there's no love in the club. Like,
Man.
don't go. Just don't go.
Club years was an experience. That was some fun shit, but yeah, it wasn't the purpose that you went there for.
I didn't start drinking until like 25, 26, 27.
Okay.
But then I went to the clubs at 21, 22, 23. So I go there and just stand there and just look at people.
Sober?
Yeah, sober.
Shit.
Just looking at people. Just looking at people, just walking around the Pirate nightclub.
Type of animal,
yeah,
man.
me and my boy will go, and then we're just looking at people.
Yeah,
like, look at this person fucked up. Look at this person fucked up.
That's all you can do is people watch. And
yeah, people
shit,
watching. Been people watching since 21, man. This shit's hilarious. Hilarious.
Man, I didn't start drinking myself. I'd say till about right at 18.
Okay.
I kind of tested it out at 16, 17, but never nothing consistent and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just right after graduation, really.
Mm-hmm.
18, started kicking it at parties outside of school and shit. Then we started drinking. Wasn't even smoking at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I definitely know I should have got way more DUIs than 0 that I had. So for the youth, please get a designated driver, Uber, Lyft, whatever you have to do, or stay your ass wherever you at. Because when we were coming through, we were drunk driving. I was drunk driving. I was doing too much. I can look back and say that now because goddamn, I'm thankful to be here.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, it was many a night where we was just doing too damn much. And by the grace of God, man, I never got a DUI. I never got pulled over. I never had an accident, fucked up my car bad, hurt anyone else. No one in my immediate friends did the same. But man, we were on a mission to get messed up every weekend and go to IHOP. We were going to IHOP at 2, 3 in the morning, and that was like the mission complete destination. Mm-hmm. After all the bullshit and kicking it, if you made it to IHOP, we was going to talk it up and chop it up.
There you go.
But yeah, please avoid that.
Get your financial education up.
Yes, financial literacy.
It's not so
Crucial.
much. It's not so much as just saving money. It's understanding how money works. It's understanding how investing works.
Understanding interest rates.
Interest rate, loans,
compounding,
bank accounts, that shit.
Yes. All the fine print shit that they don't want you to read and they skip over. That's the shit that makes and breaks you.
Yeah. And then I will say it is 100% your responsibility to learn that shit.
Yes.
Like, nobody's going to teach you.
Yes.
Nobody's going to teach you.
Most often not for free.
Yeah.
Not for free.
Not for free. Read as much as possible.
That is very beneficial for yourself, and you can help so many people around you because financial literacy tells you where to put your money as opposed to being careless with it. You don't always have to have a huge dollar amount to do huge or pivotal things. So understanding things like that, I always thought you just had to have $1 million to even start anything.
Yep.
Man, you build up such a mountain or a wall for yourself to overcome mentally that you don't try things physically in the physical realm. Mm-hmm. So take small steps, make things manageable, digestible. Start from 1. Don't try and start on level 50.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can slowly level up.
Yes.
Maybe even skip a couple levels, and then don't get mad when you have to go a couple levels down.
You might have to downgrade and redo a few levels. Yes.
Yeah.
It's all about building solid foundation and solid growth.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't look at it as failure. Failure really should not exist to you as a young person. It's all trying and lessons.
Yeah.
Lessons and experience. Nothing's a failure unless you lose an arm or lose a car, lose a house,
or your money.
all of that. But try and take a lesson and try and look on the bright side of a lot of things, man. Because a lot of shit will get you down if you let it.
Yep. Including financial literacy.
Yes.
I can't stress that enough.
Yes.
Financial literacy.
Yes.
It's bad enough if you're done with your money, but if you're dumb with just in general of money, you know what I mean? It's okay not to know how money works, but if you're just dumb with your money, you're like
Yes.
you're never going to survive. You know what I mean? With all the knowledge and talent that you have. If
But
you
this is the shit, though. We say never gonna survive, but motherfuckers tend to survive with no money. And it's miraculous. It's baffling to me because I don't understand it. There's a certain level of things and standards that I like, but
I don't know, man. My
I know
apartment
a
is
lot
pretty
of people with
expensive,
no fucking
man.
money that seem to be enjoying themselves.
Yeah, this is true. This is
I
true.
was like,
you're
damn,
not lying
how
there.
do I figure that out?
Which only tells me to tell the youth, like, don't compare yourselves to other people. You know what I mean?
It's not always what it seems. I'm just joking, but yes.
There are some people out there that are enjoying
like,
life,
bro,
and
you
I'm
go on
like,
more
how,
trips than
are
me,
you selling
Jay.
drugs? What are you doing?
There's an explanation. There's always an explanation, but we'll find that out
huge
later.
bonus at work. Like, how you spending money like this? But how do you?
Assistance programs. A lot of people know how to falsify some documents and
That's
get a little
true.
bit of assistance and all kinds
true.
of things. So it's just about what kind of risk you want to take. You know? I don't want to be audited, 5 years down the line and owe 30 grand on some bullshit.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
that's why I'm always cautious. I'm hesitant with shit like that.
You got anything else for the youth, man?
Well, we said the friends,
Yep.
the financial literacy.
Yep. Learn how to make money.
Man, I feel parents is another topic because depending on what your upbringing is, sometimes you can go to your parents for a little bit of guidance, but don't let anyone else's ideas or aspirations become your own. Don't sink yourself into trying to fulfill a destiny or a desire that they wanted, or any one of your peers, someone in your friend group, or however you know them. Always do things for your own, I would say it sounds selfish, but satisfaction.
Yeah.
Things
that's
that truly
that.
make you happy. It's
Yeah.
okay to make other people happy in the process,
Mhm.
but as long as it's filling your cup,
Yeah.
get involved with that. But serving other people to where you really don't have anything to serve or to, measure outside of it, you're used up at the end of it, your energy's depleted, your finances are depleted. This person is sitting there looking like the benefactor.
Mm-hmm.
Keep yourself out of those situations, those relationships. Those are parasitic relationships. You want to look for symbiotic relationships.
Yeah.
Both parties benefit.
Yep. Stay away from bad relationships most definitely.
Yeah. Avoid leaving trouble.
If you see it going south, cut your losses. I think that's a big one, and that's with work.
That was so tough, bro.
I know. That's a tough one, but even with work, relationships, friendships, whatever. If you
Yeah.
already see it going south,
Yeah.
cut your losses. Because then if you continue on with it and it just keeps continuing on, you know what I mean, spiraling
Yes.
downhill.
Yes.
You're eventually going to hit the bottom.
Yes.
You're liable to cut the cord at the top and then go move on.
I
Compared
will
to
say this for the young men that are dating young ladies, because that's where my experience is. I had trouble with that type of shit when it was in accordance with women, because that savior role type shit, and you just want to help motherfuckers. But at the same time, I was never naive to being used or motherfuckers just trying to suck the benefits out of you. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be with you because it's beneficial for the moment. So I give everyone an equal chance and different ladies a fair chance in dating, courtship, and whatnot. But if it's too many red flags, bro, I would not ignore red flags as a young man dating,
that's
bro.
a big one. That's a
I
huge
would not
one.
ignore that. I would bookmark my shit, and I would definitely create my space. And several times, just bluntly, hey man, this just really ain't gonna be for me. It's not gonna be for me, and I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I have to be honest because I don't feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
I've had to say that at least 2 to 3 times with a young lady because I knew I didn't see marriage out of it at the end, long run, or it was just shit that maybe we were involved in that we shouldn't have been, bad habits or party atmosphere, shit like that, to where I know this won't be beneficial for me in the long run type stuff. And if you're this type of atmosphere, that's a bad influence.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to space myself off from that. I don't want to change you from what you're doing and how you're experiencing and enjoying yourself. But I know for me, this is not something that I want long term or right now even. So being honest with yourself first, so you can be honest with that significant other, and say, hey, when I feel like it's not right, let it be done. Because keeping that shit alive, trying to keep it alive, and you fighting and you frustrated, fucking, if kids do come into the picture, man, kids complicate so much shit, and you got so many more feelings and emotions wrapped up in the situation. I am glad I avoided all of that. I didn't have kids till I was 29.
That's pretty good, man.
I'm glad I didn't have a child to worry about at the same time I was trying to figure out what the hell I want to do as a young man. So try and hold off on the kid situation and in relationships in an amicable way, if you can, as often as possible.
You hear that? Kyle said, wear a condom.
Yes, I definitely encourage that. That's just on a separate subject itself. Please wear condoms. Please be honest about your sexual situations with whoever you're having sex with, because, bro, that's life liability.
Yep.
You can fuck somebody's life up in a major way.
Yep.
You enjoying yourself. Everybody like to do what they gonna do. That's your own privacy, but don't fuck up no one else's life in the way of giving them some kind of disease, having them involved with a sexual orientation they may not be aware of, or creating children in a situation you're not ready to embrace and raise children in. That fucks up kids. I'm product of that type shit. That shit fucks up kids, creates a lot of trauma.
You don't have to be products of your own parents.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So try and avoid that at all costs. Be careful. Be responsible in those ways. Take the time to use condoms. Take the time to get to know a person while dating, so you can see if they will be a suitable partner for a marriage or children. Hopefully, marriage is the precursor before children. But shit, nowadays, what I see from social media and everything else, bro, motherfuckers are so content to have kids with no kind of other obligation or relationship or foundation. It's just like, well, shit, I think I'll get pregnant this year. You're like, what the fuck? Like, I hope you're not serious, but at the same time, the fact that you just saying it is just
I
like,
guess for some people, they see a child as like a paycheck or something like that. I was like, I don't see that. I really
think
don't.
it's like an accessory or something, like,
or something to
I
brag
can just
about,
do this.
you know?
It's been so normalized that you can just single parent it out, and the kid will be fine. But bro, it's just, if you look deeper and psychologically at these kids, and I will validate and speak for myself, bro, I looked all right, but I wasn't all right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
single parents is not fun. Me being a single parent
I got
myself
a lot
is
of
not fun.
bullshit and mental trauma that I am currently working on, still trying to figure out.
I say that's probably the biggest thing, is to deal with your traumas.
Yeah, man, trying to not fuck up someone else, not trying to mess up my child as I raise him. You know
you got some fucked up shit going on.
Yes,
you might be go talk to somebody about that shit.
Yes, as much as you can, and whatever spaces you whatever resources you can utilize, talk out your traumas. Try and work out what's either motivating you negatively or positively, and where does your pain come from. That's all positive work that is going to help you be a better person to the people that are important in your life later on and currently. So if you want to be the best version of yourself, work on those interpersonal skills and things like that.
Yeah, there it is. Kyle Stanley's popping.
You're going to have to put a muzzle on it in a sec.
With that being said, we're going to end the episode there. My co-host Kyle Stanley, James Humphrey, Associates Productions. Well, yeah, Associates Productions. Yeah. Real talk with real men, same thing.
Right.
We'll get it all figured out. See you guys next week.
Have a good evening.
I keep beating you when I'm drinking, man.
You say you don't drink much, but you look like a fish.
I know, man.
I'm a real sipper, man.
I'm a fucking alcoholic over here, man.
I'm a real sipper, brother. Oh, man. I take it slow.
No, usually when I do it, I'll down the motherfucker and then chill out getting sober. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now I do that too. I'll have usually 2 drinks right off the bat, and then I won't drink for the rest of the night.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know, then that 2 drinks off the bat might be at 9 or 10. Mm-hmm. And then the end of the night is at 1, so I've pretty much been cool the whole damn night. Everybody else enjoying themselves.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you good, man? Oh, I'm good. I'm wasted,
straight.
but I'm good.
I am straight. I don't listen to anyone's influence on eat this or drink this when I am out, bro. I know my internal combustion, and I'm not trying to fuck myself up to please you. Because I know if I drink too much, I'm going to feel kind of If I eat too much and drink, I'm going to feel kind of
Yeah.
And yeah, you can be as nice as you want, but I'm going to turn it down.
Yeah. I can honestly say I've only been like wasted drunk maybe 2 times in my life.
Now
That's pretty
bravo.
good. I think
That's
pretty
very good.
And I've done plenty of tipsy driving. I guess you would call that drunk driving. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you enough to say tipsy, then
you know what I mean? I'm not like
you might
all
be
over
at
the place.
Percentage.
You know, I'm not all over the
classify
place.
You as drunk.
You know,
bro, we used to be fucked up, bro.
like fucked up.
Looking back, definitely should have been penalized for some of that shit because, bro, we was fucked up. And going to IHOP just to get some chicken strips and pancakes and bullshit. Like, that was just the mission to do.
Did you have something against Waffle House?
Waffle House has been awful, in my opinion, since the beginning of Waffle House, bro. I hate fucking Waffle House, dog.
I love Waffle House, man. I go in there and get a sandwich or something like that.
I feel like it's a drug addict there taking my order and handling my waffle every time, and to the point of, on the last time that I went,
no, you ain't lying there.
like, there's a lady, they had a little dirt around the tip of their nail bed, and then she takes my order, and then she puts the order into the cat at the grill, but she's making the waffle, and she's handling my waffle bare hands.
So she opened the thing, grabbed your waffle, and just put it on the plate.
You know they don't clean the shit at Waffle House, so like all the excess waffle shit, they just scrape it off and it's just counter and floor. So with her bare ass hands, she just gloving my waffle and flipping it. Bro, I left the shit there.
I put a post like 2 weeks ago about
I cannot do Waffle House.
I put a post on Facebook about 2 weeks ago about how I can understand how people be getting in fights in the Waffle House so many times. I went into, not my usual Waffle House, but my usual Waffle House dude knows exactly what I get. He puts it on there, whatever, don't have to order. I went to another Waffle House, and this motherfucker was, I walked in, I walked in, he sees me, and then he picks up the grill or whatever little part that he was cleaning, and takes it in the back. You know what I'm saying? And starts cleaning the part, right? Sit down, the lady, comes up to me asking me for my order. I know exactly what I want. I get the same thing every time, whatever. Make the order. And the cat he's in the back just washing the part of the grill or whatever. And he's looking at me, washing it, looking at me, washing it. And I'm just sitting there like, are you going to make my food? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Nah, you come in and cook, bro.
You know what I mean?
You come in and cook.
And then the lady, she's just walking back and forth. Oh,
she got other shit to do.
He'll be with you in a minute. And then she walks over there, sits down, gets back up. It's been like 5 minutes, and I'm playing, a little Facebook game on my phone. But I'm like, okay, like, what the fuck? Like,
I would like food because I came here for food.
And I'm looking around like I'm the only motherfucker in the place. So I'm like, what, bro? What? I'm about to come over and beat your ass, dude. I can see why you motherfuckers are always getting in the fights, man.
Scattered and covered.
You know what I mean? All I wanted was like a scrambled egg and some toast, and you fucking up because you too busy cleaning whatever the fuck you were cleaning. It wasn't the grill, or he was cleaning some part or whatever. And it's the eye contact that pissed me off because he was cleaning it.
You know that
he looked at me. And he cleaned it some more.
And you're writing me off as a bitch right now.
You know what I mean? And you know I just ordered. You know what I mean? I was like, this is that bitch nigga shit that gets your asses clapped up, man.
Right.
So I'm like, ma'am, I'll be right back. Ma'am, I'm okay. Thank you. And I left. I was like, I'm never coming to this Waffle House again.
Bro. It's just Waffle House, bro. They garbage. Awful Waffle House. That's what the old slogan was, bro. I've never gone and the shit was just phenomenal. I've never gone and it was phenomenal.
It's always cheap for me.
Like, okay, cool.
That's why I go. It's cheap. You know what I mean?
There's other cheap options.
I'll go to
other cheap options.
The thing with IHOP is like, I don't know what the fuck they do with their eggs or how they cook the eggs or their sausages or whatever. I don't know if they just put it in the microwave and scramble it together. You know what I mean?
Oh, so you got to see the motherfucker on the grill?
Hell yeah, man.
Shit, I see the homie at the damn IHOP. They be right there. You pass them at the bathroom. You can see the kitchen and shit. You see them in there.
Yeah.
But goddamn it, IHOP's quality has gone down the hill significantly in the last 15 years.
Definitely.
So I wouldn't even do that shit now, but bro, back in the day, the shit was hitting.
That's because you were drunk, man.
Nah, them chicken strips, I would eat the shit sober, bro. Like, I used to work at Target back in the day, and like, when you get off the night shift, we go to
that's the only place
IHOP,
open.
bro.
Yeah, it's the only place open.
Oh, yeah, that shit right. Stuffed French toast, strawberries, used to be right.
Yep. You ever eat at the Big Biscuit?
Now, Big Biscuit is where I do now.
Yes.
I fuck with them currently.
Yes.
Yes.
The only problem is they're not open 24 hours. Right. If they make so much more money if they were open 24/7.
Right.
They only open till like 2 or 2:30, some shit like that. But yeah, Big Biscuit.
I do fuck with them currently.
Yeah.
Now for my nights, I like First Watch.
First Watch?
First Watch breakfast is so goddamn crispy, bro.
What?
Just so fresh and just it's wonderful. It's a joyful experience. Like, that's the Chick-fil-A for dine-in breakfast food. That's First Watch.
I've never ate a First Watch.
First Watch, you've been neglecting yourself. You really need to
neglecting myself.
You need to treat yourself to that.
All right, I'll put it on the list, man.
After that, Snooze. Try Snooze out.
I have tried Snooze.
Yeah,
did not like it.
Did not?
Did not.
Damn.
But then, I've only ate it once.
But what'd you have?
What did I have? I've always craving like. No, I had like a waffle or French toast. I always craving about waffle or French toast.
Man, I did that pancake flight when I was in Denver, Colorado, and that's what hooked me. I was like, God damn, the flavors of the pancakes were so damn wild.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've eaten a few times at the ones here at Westport and shit, and yeah, still good, but I'd put them right behind First Watch for my like go-to for breakfast.
The Big Biscuit is my go-to. Yeah.
First Watch. Snooze or Big Biscuit, but it's usually Big Biscuit because those are more numerous.
So there's another place. There's another place I've been craving a little bit. That has like good breakfast, but it's a donut place though, or a biscuit place. Like
District Biscuit?
No.
I would like to try them. I haven't yet.
I forgot they have like biscuits and gravy. They have like a blueberry biscuit. They have like donuts and shit.
That's like their main thing is biscuits?
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that.
I'll figure it out. It's gonna kill me now.
Yeah.
Sorry for the bad advertisement, but y'all figure it out.
Right. Google it up.
Google it up.